All right, so recording started now. So again, guys, my name's Tanner Larson, and this is the next MECH.GAME AMA, right? This one we're going to go through some slides and everything that I put together for a previous group, and I wanted to share it with you guys as well. And we're going to go ahead and get rocking, and we'll do lots of questions, I promise, lots of Q&A. So if you got questions, go ahead and throw them over in the AMA questions channel, and I'll be checking those as we go. Actually, let's see if I can get those up right now. Okay, so here we are in the questions. All right, I need someone to pop on voice and just tell me that you can still see my screen, because I'm looking at the questions chat now.
We still got it.
Thanks, appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Okay. All right, so let's see if the screen changes. Okay, so MECH.GAME is the URL. If you guys have not been to the website yet, come on. I put so much time, there's so much cool shit on there, plus you get to see the 3D mechs and all that stuff, so highly recommend you guys hop over there and check it out. So let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, so important info that you need to be aware of and that's coming up, right, is the website, is MECH.GAME. The launch date is May 12th. We're like 2 weeks out from the launch. 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. If you're not in one of those two time zones, you'll have to do a little bit of math, right, to figure out where you're at. And the whitelist mint is May 11th at 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. Pacific. Okay, whitelist mint is a guaranteed mint, right? If you mint during the whitelist, you will get mechs. You can either be on the VIP whitelist or the regular whitelist. If you're on the regular whitelist, you have the opportunity to mint 3. If you're on the VIP whitelist, you have the opportunity to mint up to 10. Will happen on the whitelist mint. The way that works is you register your wallet. You filled out a form for either VIP or regular whitelist. That form, you included your wallet address. We will add that wallet address to the smart contract, and the smart contract will recognize when you connect your wallet that you are allowed to mint, and it will allow you to mint. If you are not on the whitelist and you try to mint during the whitelist, it will not let you, okay? So that's the whitelist. Now, if you guys have mint passes or pre-purchased mechs because you got the whitelist, or not whitelist, excuse me, you bought the mint pass, or you are a guild bulk purchaser or a DAO, you will also be able to mint on the whitelist mint day, but you will have a separate mint page specific to the pre-mint, okay? Or to the pass and everything, okay? Because you guys have a different structure for your mint than the traditional whitelist, because you guys have already paid for your mechs, all right? Does that part make sense? NFT Twaka, this is the launch date, the mint date. May 12th is the mint date of the Genesis collection. We can't launch a game until we have the mechs. Donkits, you got to open a ticket if you got the VIP whitelist, and we'll give you a form to upgrade. Okay, any quick questions about what I just covered right here? Okay. You can, yes, Professor, you can sell your VIP whitelist. You're not going to be able to, you can't transfer the NFT at this moment, but if you want to sell the whitelist spot to somebody else, go ahead and do it, and then just contact us, give us the details, and we'll switch the whitelist over to that new person that you want. But I highly recommend you use it for yourself, because obviously you need to be able to mint. Newt, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. All right, guys, so let's keep going. So first and foremost, if you're new, I want you to understand that these NFTs, the Genesis mechs, are not PFPs. What you see over here is a Centurion. This is a 2D render of the mech, but the mechs that you're getting, the NFTs that you're getting, they are fully animated and game-ready 3D NFT characters. Okay, this is very different from your normal NFT launch. This is why the NFTs are more expensive as well. Because a PFP, a little JPEG, that's easy, that's cheap, there's nothing special about it, and it's not a true game character. A PFP cannot be a game character because it's an image. It's not a coded character. Think about any game you've played where you're running around, right? That character that you play, does that look like a PFP? No, it's a fully animated and functioning game character. So The difference between our mechs and our NFTs is that when you go to OpenSea or Byte.io and you're looking at your NFT right there on the screen, you're not seeing an image. You are actually seeing the 3D character that you can manipulate right there in the OpenSea viewer. And that is the same exact NFT and image and everything that you play in the game. So your game character is the NFT. And the NFT, the reason we did it that way is so the NFT assigns a serial number basically, and that allows you to own your game character, right? So as an example of what we're talking about, this is a video, again, because we're on a PowerPoint presentation. I can't show you the actual 3D file, but this is a 3D mech, right? This is another Centurion, okay? This is what you're going to see. You, instead of a video, you'll have the full 3D file on OpenSea, but this is what they look like, okay? Here's another one. This is a, actually, let's quiz you guys. Who knows what this is? What mech is this one? Ah, Chris, you're too good. Yeah, Vanguard. That's a Vanguard. All right. What's this one? Nope, not a Stalker. Dragoon, NFT Twaka got it. Stalker, Newt got it. Yep. How about this one? Goliath. Yep. I know the engineer got that one because I know this is one of his favorites. All right, so now the first collection of mechs, guys, these are 3D mechs, and it's going to consist of 10,000, okay? These are the first players of the game. Now, we also went with a larger collection because we wanted to give early investors, early buyers, the opportunity to buy more because we have the opportunity to flip, to sell, and to rent. You want to be able to play one and rent some, and you know, if we have a small collection, not many people are going to have the opportunity to rent and buy multiple mechs and make passive income through renting. All right, so that's why we have one of the reasons we have a larger collection. Also, we want a strong player base when we kick off the game. When the game starts, you will be able to, you know, do it all right there, and only the Genesis mech players will be able to do it. Yes, renting Newt will be built into the game structure. So right into the, you don't have, there won't be any third-party apps or anything like that. The renting function will be built straight into the game. And we'll talk more about that in a second. So each of these 10,000 mechs is completely unique with individual rarity based on the different traits that make them up and make up their composition. Now, I want to explain, guys, hang on the rental questions. We'll get to it. Let's go through the basics first to bring everybody up to speed. So I want to explain the rarity because a lot of people think, oh, you have 8 different mechs, so everybody gets one of the same 8 mechs. No. There's 8 models of mech, and they're all different. But there's 13 rarity traits like color, camouflage, armor, primary weapons, secondary weapons, jetpacks, accessories, and more. 13 total traits in all, okay? And all those traits have a big variety. Like there's 20 or 30 different colors. There's different armors. There's 20 to 30 different primary weapons, 10 to 15 different secondary weapons, jetpacks, accessories, all these different things. And all these different combinations, when you add them up, 13 rarity traits and all the different combinations equal, and 8 models of mech gives you 7.6 billion possible combinations of mechs, okay? So every single mech is going to be unique. There will be no 2 that are the same. So you have a Dragoon, let's say Newt has a Dragoon and Song Yu has a Dragoon, they're gonna be completely different, okay? Now there's also, like I said, 8 different models of mech in the collection, each with their own limited quantity of availability, which further adds to the rarity score. So here we have the Maverick. Now most of you guys know about these already, but just in case you don't, the Maverick is the most rare in terms of supply in the game. There's only 500 out of 10,000 of the Mavericks. Okay, the Stalker, 750 out of 10,000. Okay, now you can see they're all very different. They're all very detailed. We've got the Vanguard. This is, again, one of my favorites. I love this tiger stripe camo. The jetpack on the back, and they're just badass. All right. The Goliath, 1,500 out of 10,000. The Guardian, 1,500 out of 10,000. Pathfinder, 1,500 out of 10,000. Dragoon. And then the Centurion has the most, 1,750 out of 10,000. All right. Now, the rarer the combination of mech model and traits, the more valuable it is to collectors and gamers. That's how it works. Napalm, I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Now, put yourself on mute, guys. So each of these first 10,000 mechs are known as Genesis mechs, okay? Now, they're recorded that way on the blockchain. Now, all other mechs produced after this Genesis collection, of which there will be hundreds of thousands of these mechs in the game, they will be registered as standard mechs. Okay? Now, well, actually, before we go into the Genesis mech perks, actually, let's go ahead and go through this. This will elaborate. So, perks, as a Genesis mech, we're stacking the value, stacking the cool in favor of people who buy Genesis mechs because you guys are the early supporters of the game. You deserve to be rewarded and treated like gold. And the reason I feel that way is because I have personally invested and bought other NFTs and other projects where they told me I was being rewarded and I was a Genesis person and I was so special and all of that, but they didn't actually give me anything. Okay? Now, so Genesis mech perks, we decided to add a massive ton of value to them, including you'll get early access to the games. Of course, we're building the 3 games, which we've talked about, and you're going to get first dibs on playing them in early alpha before everybody else, as well as additional income opportunities that non-Genesis mech holders will not have. You get the whitelist fast track. We have plenty of other collections going to be launched. We have partnerships with other collaborations. Whitelist, if you're on a Genesis mech, you are on the whitelist fast track. You get the whitelists. Exclusive Discord channels. We've got all kinds of cool channels for Genesis holders, including access to our personal alpha group channels where we do our DeFi and crypto coin investment channels from the different groups that we're in. We have a private alpha group that you'll get access to. You'll also get access to exclusive limited edition NFT drops, which we're going to talk about later as well. But we have a first drop starting right after the launch of the game, or the collection, excuse me, right after the Genesis launch. Hey, somebody's not on mute. Please mute yourself. Artyom, rookie, you're not muted. Please mute yourself. So this NFT drop, a drop means you're getting free NFTs after the drop. Now, these free NFTs, a lot of times you get an airdrop and it's a crappy NFT. In our case, what we decided to do was make the first airdrop the most rare item in the game. And there's only going to be one for every Genesis mech. There will never be any more. Even when there's hundreds of thousands of other mechs, there will never be any more. So this is the most rare, and if you have one, you'll be able to use it. Yes, Newt, I believe it'll be more rare than Genesis mechs. Not that Genesis mechs won't have the same high crazy value, but the reason is Genesis mechs are special, but there are going to be other standard mechs in the game for other players. So there'll be more mechs in general, right? But this airdrop, there will only ever be 10,000 ever. Okay, so even when there's hundreds of thousands of mechs, there'll only be 10,000 of these. And if you have one of these, whether you'll be able to use it in the game with your mech, whether it's a Genesis mech or a regular mech. So this makes them desirable by every single player in the game, and it gives you a strategic advantage in the game as well, which will help you make more experience points, earn all of that stuff. Right, so that's one of the things. But there's multiple drops like that scheduled. But this first one is the doozy, okay? And we're doing this intentionally to reward you. I've had multiple different projects say, why are you doing this? You don't have to do this to sell your collection. I said, I know, but I want to be treated. I want my people to be treated the way that I would want to be treated. And if I'm supporting a project before it starts, I want to be rewarded as like I'm a king, like I'm super valued. So that's what we're doing. We're treating our people like gold. Political influence. Genesis NFT holders are considered founders of the community. You'll be able to vote on game design topics. You'll be able to join the game design council. You'll also be able to join the lore committee and help with the direction of the game and everything else. Now, there will also be additional token utility that's exclusive for Genesis mechs that other mechs will not have, including earning, staking, and additional utility that nobody else will have. Now, Genesis mechs also have improved game stats over the standard mechs, as well as unique configurations, weapons, and coloring. So Genesis mechs are significantly more rare and 3 to 5 times more valuable than any other mechs in the game. So someone was asking, what if I get a bad mech? Well, first of all, there is no bad mech. All the Genesis mechs are badass, okay? So there is no bad one, and they will all have upgraded game stats over every other mech in the game. But there are, actually, let's go back here. So another piece about this, which we're going to talk about later as well, but these mechs are game characters. So one of the things that we've done as well to make it very unique is you have your rarity traits, which are not editable. Okay, that's your color, your weapon combination, like the way they come out for rarity. But then we have game stats like health, damage, armor, speed, energy, things like that. Okay, those are game stats. You get standard game stat or standard Genesis game stats when you start, but you can upgrade those. Okay, so when you upgrade, let's say you upgrade the armor on your mech and it goes from 80 to 100. That upgrade will be recorded on the blockchain. So when you go to OpenSea, it will show that your armor has been upgraded to 100. So people looking at it will go, holy crap, look, this guy spent a bunch of money upgrading. On top of that, at the top, it will show what level your mech is. Is it a level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, how many experience points it's earned, and it will also show how many game tokens or credits or have been used to upgrade your mech. So if you've spent, say, 10,000 credits upgrading your mech over the course of the game, it's going to report that on the blockchain, on OpenSea, on Byte. So when you have your NFT listed for 3 or 4 ETH, and people are like, why is it that much? And they look and they go, oh crap, it's got this rarity, and it's got all these upgraded game stats, it's this level. You can quantify and justify the value of your mech. Does that make sense, guys? So even a lower rarity, if you've played it and you've upgraded it, will have a higher value. Yes, and Newt, you're right. A leveled up mech will rent out for more than a lower value one. A rented up mech will sell for more than a non-leveled up mech. So it's a really great way that the rarity stats will never change. They'll always be like the most rare mech will always be the most rare mech. But the fact that you can pimp it out, upgrade it, and everything else allows you to also enhance the value of a mech, even if you don't have the most rare mech in the game. Does that all make sense, guys? Newt, glad to have you here, buddy. All right, so now there's 4 main ways you might want to use your mech NFTs, okay? First of all, you can play them, all right? This is pretty common, right? You can use your mechs in the various games, and as they're released, you can use them to play and earn rewards in the form of cryptocurrency. Now, inside the game, you'll also be able to level up, upgrade, and customize your mech to suit your desires, right? So that makes sense. What kind of mech is on the screen right now, guys? What model? It's red, but what model is it? Not a Pathfinder, nope. Nope, not a Goliath. Not a Maverick. Nope, not a Vanguard. Nope. Not a Centurion. You're running out of ideas. Guardian, yes. Yes, it's a Guardian, Chris. You're right. But see, that's an example. This is one of the mechs in the game, but you can't, like, they're so different. Sometimes it's hard to tell, right? Because they are very, very different. But anyway, you can play them inside the game. Now, guys, as a player can only play one character at a time, okay? So you can only do one at a time. You can only play one at a time. But if you have other ones, that's where the renting or the flipping and other stuff comes into play. Playing them, you're going to earn, X amount of currency for playing the game. That's going to depend on the economy, how well you play it, and how well the level is. When you complete a level, it's going to say, hey, congratulations, you've earned, 200 experience points and 200 tokens. Okay, that's great. But what if, now that's where you're stuck, right? You can only earn so much per day because you can only play so much per day. That's why it's such an idea to have more mechs. That's why our collection size is bigger, so you can have more new players coming in. There are no other mechs until we release a new collection, which is not going to be anytime soon. So the only place they're going to be able to play is either to buy one of your mechs that's priced high on the market, because you guys are going to price it high if you're smart, or they're going to have to rent it from you and share their currency with you. We'll talk about Dragoon. Save that question. We'll get to it. Okay, so you can also trade them. Now, as you guys probably know, gamers are constantly trading items in games for things they need or want. You can do the same thing. Trade straight across mech for mech with another player, or sweeten the deal by trading more than one mech to get a rare one. So you could bundle and trade, okay? What's this mech, guys? This should be an easy one now because he's got a real telltale piece on him right now. Yep, Engineer, you're right, Vanguard. Awesome. Okay, now here's the big one. You can rent them. So think about this like car rentals, but instead of, you renting the car, you're the actual car rental company. But instead of renting out the car, you are renting out your mechs to other players who may not have mechs of their own, okay? Now you can charge either a flat fee for a certain amount of time, or the more popular option is to split the cryptocurrency rewards with the players, okay? Now, this is renting. In Axie, it was popular. It was called scholarships, right? You have players that can't afford or don't have mechs, and they get to rent/borrow your mechs in exchange for splitting the profits. This is a huge moneymaker and opportunity for you guys. Okay. Now, the other cool thing that people don't think about, but let's talk about it real quick. Here's the deal. When you make the agreement, you're going to split the cryptocurrency rewards. Okay, so let's say it's 50-50 or whatever. But there's also experience points that are earned. Well, experience points go to the mech or they go to the Stronghold. And if the player, whoever owns that gets the experience points. So you own the mechs, you rent them out, players play the game, they share in the profits, but all the experience points go straight to your mech, then not get split. So you're getting paid to let someone else upgrade your mech for you, which makes it more valuable and more efficient in the game. And then obviously if you try to sell it or the next time you rent it out, it's even more efficient. And you have the option to control the rental contract. So as an example, the player gets 60% and you as the owner of the mech get 40% of the cryptocurrency payouts earned from playing the game. Now, you make the rental agreement and then the player doesn't use it or isn't playing it or isn't earning well. You have the right as the owner to cancel the contract. Right? So you can cancel it and re-rent it to another player. Or you can keep extending the contract. You can set it for a period of time. You can just have it indefinite. You have control over how that's going to work. Okay? So rentals will be released shortly after the regular game, because when we release the alpha version of the game, it's just for Genesis Mech owners to play around in and help us beta and make sure everything's perfect. Then when we start allowing other players in, then you'll be able to do it. And Newt, you've asked me this question 3 times and I've answered it twice. So the third answer is yes, it's all handled inside the game dashboard. The rental process is handled on site in the game. No worries. I just remember you've asked it a couple of times and I've kept answering it. But I've talked about a lot of shit, so it makes sense that you may have missed it. So yeah, no, the person renting will not keep the materials unless you guys agree to that. Is there everything's tracked, guys. There'll be a dashboard where you'll be able to manage your thing. Yeah, it's unlike Axie, which I'm not a big Axie player, but I know with Axie you had to go create a whole bunch of different wallets, one for every scholar. You don't have to do that. If you look at like Pegasus or Pegaxi, however you say it, they've actually done a really smart rental system where everything is kind of done through like an escrow wallet, so you don't have to create a different wallet for every single NFT. So it'll be very streamlined and monitored and managed within the game. Engineer, the mobile app, if you're talking about the, are you talking about the award pool app? Yeah, that may or may not, we're debating with that because we don't own that. That's a third-party tool that we're playing with, and we've been testing with them. I like some elements of it. I don't like some, but they have a lot of stuff coming in the gaming space that we want to see where it goes. But more than likely, we'll probably build our own infrastructure for that kind of stuff into the game platform. Can the rental contract have a tiered rate to incentivize renters? Possibly. I'm not going to promise that in the first round, but that can be something that gets upgraded over time. Our biggest thing is getting the base functionality out. Guys, I come from a very traditional business environment. I know how to build companies and scale. Guys, mute. And one of the big things that I've done is I built a lot of software, which is similar to games. And one of the things you have to worry about is something called scope creep. Okay, scope creep is when you keep adding all these cool, wouldn't it be awesome to have this type of things? Wipeout or Chris or whatever, can you guys please mute guys for me? I need you guys to help me with that. So scope creep is when it's like, can we just add this to the contract? Well, that would be super cool, but scope creep is when it just keeps growing until you don't actually get anything done. So what we're focused on is getting the primary functionality out, and then we'll start worrying about all the other cool, wouldn't it be nice to have type functionality. This is something that a lot of games don't get right because they keep allowing scope creep to happen in, and they wonder why they're not making any progress. Okay, so we have a lot of really cool things that we're going to do and that we want to do beyond what we've already built or we've already started building out. But we've got to get the core game out first so that you guys can play it, start earning with it, and then we can start adding all the cool additional functionality. Does that make sense? And if you're thinking scope creep sounds weird, Google it. It's one of the biggest problems with software development, and a game is nothing more than a software. Okay, so now again, this process is handled. See, Newt, I even had a sentence specifically for you. This process is all handled inside the game through an internal system, right? Now, the other option is you can sell them. Now, since you own the MECH NFT, anytime you can list it for sale on one of the NFT marketplaces. So you set the price, and when it sells, the money goes straight to you. Now, the more rare and or upgraded the MECH is, the more valuable it is and the higher the price that you can charge. Okay? Now, I'm fine with you guys selling them. I know some collections and some projects are like trying to trick you into not selling and trying to make you feel shitty for it. Guys, sell, flip, do whatever you want. Just do it for the benefit of yourself and the project. Like, don't undercut yourself. Don't buy an NFT for $600 and then list it for $650 and then wind up losing money. You know, if you look at like the whitelist guys in our chat, they're talking about a 2.5 ETH floor. They want to hold that. And if you're smart, you realize that you guys as the community, you are the ones who control the floor, not me. I can influence it and be like, hey guys, we're doing this. You probably don't want to sell, but the floor price is actually set by you guys. Okay? So if you want to flip some, great. You know, that's why the original whitelist is for 3. It's play one, rent one, flip one. That was the concept. But my philosophy, if you want to monetize, like, of course, guys, some of you want to play games. That's cool. Me too. But we also are here to make money. That's why we're ultimately in crypto, right? So flipping, cool. Flip for good money. But also the bigger money is going to come from renting them. Because think about this, guys. Instead of flipping right away, you hold them, you get the airdrop, which obviously you're going to want. You'll be able to do the staking. You're able to get the Stronghold. So that's 3 NFTs for the price of 1. And then you rent them out while this is all happening, and you start earning credits and tokens that you're able to sell. So that's passive income, but they're also being leveled up. So then when you go to flip them later, they're actually worth more than they would have been right if you'd flipped them at the beginning, right? So, fun fact, NFT flippers make upwards of 300 to 500% flipping game NFTs. Game NFTs have a typically much higher percentage than anything else, okay? PFPs don't typically flip unless it's a blue chip collection for more. Newt, you're right. It will become more work if you are going to have a whole lot of NFTs renting and things like that, but that's also something you can hire a VA to handle for you. Now, while there are other uses for your mechs, like you could take your mech, because it is a game character, it's fully coded, you could take your NFT and connect it to Decentraland or some of these other metaverses and start walking your mech around in other places. You can totally do that. But the main 4 reasons that we just went through are what 99% of people are going to care about. Now, in the 10,000 collection, I'm going to drop a bit of alpha here, a little bit of alpha. Who's ready for some alpha? So how are they compatible with other metaverses? Most other metaverses use the same type of file format as games. They use a GLB file format or FTX format, things like that. So as long as they're like Decentraland wants you to be able to use any avatar in their thing. So as long as it meets their criteria and they open it up, you'll be able to do it. Now, if someone wants to be a dick and close their metaverse off, then obviously we can't control it. But the idea of a metaverse is to be all inclusive. So, you know, Sandbox, you're not going to want to take your mech into Sandbox because Sandbox looks like shit, right? It's that voxel art, which is just pixelated and stuff. Your mechs are badass, high fidelity, looking awesome. You wouldn't want to take them there, but I guess you probably could try to, but it wouldn't make any sense. However, out of the 10,000 mechs, which have unique rarity, we've also mixed in 13 one-of-one legendary Genesis mechs, okay? So 9,987 of the Genesis mechs are created using AI and advanced software to create generative art, just like all NFTs. The only difference between ours is creating generative, three-dimensional, animated, game-ready characters is complicated and as expensive as shit. It is way, way more complicated and expensive than we ever thought. Okay, it takes 13 minutes to render one game file of a generative NFT. So take 13 minutes times 10,000 and you're gonna get crazy, right? But there's also 13 of the mechs that we were handcrafted by our 3D artists and are one-of-one artistic creations with completely unique looks, weaponry, different stuff like that, okay? Here's the alpha. I'm actually showing you one of the 13 legendaries. Nobody gets to see these. We're not going to release the legendaries until we do the reveal. The copyright is ours, guys. When you own it, you own it. So, Genesis mech and a legendary mech. Both of these mechs are guardians, okay? They're both guardian models. Okay, so there's one legendary Maverick, there's one legendary Stalker, there's one legendary Vanguard, there's two of everything else. Okay, so this legendary mech, you can see it still looks somewhat like a Guardian, but it's completely different and it's completely unique and customized. This one's kind of modeled to look like an Abrams tank. Okay, so the legendaries will be completely and instantly identifiable among all the other 10,000 mechs. They will stick out like a sore thumb. And yes, they all level up at the same rate, but legendaries will have a more unique set of game stats because they are so rare. Okay, what do you guys think of this legendary? Yeah, legendary will be significantly higher stats. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. All right, now another thing that we want to just talk about real quick is, remember, we are supporting a charity that's very near and dear to my heart, which is Operation Underground Railroad. So every mech you buy helps save a child from sex slavery, because Operation Underground Railroad was created specifically to save children from sex trafficking and slavery. And I've been supporting this organization since they were formed. Tim Burr, the founder, is a phenomenal guy. They've saved thousands and thousands of children all over the world, like 26 countries and over half the US states. And it's an amazing organization. All the money actually goes to where it needs to, goes down to the street and gets out where it is. So a portion of every mech is going to be donated to this operation. And we're going to be doing the first donation, a big one, right after the mint sells out. Okay? Following that, a portion of secondary sale royalties will be going to that as well. Also a portion of game revenue. We will be supporting this organization for the long term. And so not only do you guys get to get your mech, you're actually also going to be getting to do a good deed and helping some children that are very, very much deserving to not live a life that they are currently living. So very excited about that. It's a big passion area of mine and excited to help do that. Now, rough roadmap. Okay, I want to walk you guys through this. Most of you have seen this, but I want to make sure you're still with it. First and foremost is the whitelist mint. Okay, then the public mint. Then the mint distribution, then the Operation Underground Railroad charity donation, then the in-game asset drop. This is that super rare one that I was telling you about. Then the Genesis mech staking, then the Stronghold collection mint, then the optional mech token allocation for Genesis mech holders. This is another private perk that we haven't talked about. But there are two tokens in the game. There's the mech token and the credit token. The credit token is the in-game currency. The mech token is the governance token and the high value token with the capped supply. This is the token that the VCs are buying, that everybody wants to invest in and all of that. Well, typically when you have tokens like this, only the VCs, the venture capital firms and the big project supporters are able to get in at this, and they always get to buy it for a cheaper price than when it launches to public. But again, because I want to reward all the Genesis holders, what we're doing is we've set aside 1% of the token supply for Genesis mechs. So every Genesis mech will get an equal allocation. Okay? Let me finish what I'm explaining, guys. We'll give you an equal allocation of tokens, of MECH tokens, okay? Now, that is an optional thing, so you would have the option to buy that allocation at the private VC round price, the same price the VCs are paying. You could buy that. Every MECH has that allocation. So if you have 5 MECHs, you would have 5 allocations that are optional for you to buy at the VC round price prior to the public launch of the token, which the public launch of the token will be significantly higher than the VC round price. So it's built-in profit right there, okay? And then we'll do the public MECH token launch. And then after that, the MVP and alpha of the game release, which is just the initial release for you guys to use. The staking, NFT staking, is only for the in-game currency, credit tokens. Once the game launches and the MECH token is launched, you will also be able to stake your MECH token, and then you'll be able to earn MECH token rewards. But the initial NFT staking allows you to earn credit tokens, okay? Which you can use to level up, purchase different NFTs, things like that, okay? Does that make sense? But the MECH token allocation is on a per MECH basis. So whoever owns the MECH has the option to purchase that allocation at the discounted VC price. And then when the public goes, you know, you've got 40 to 60% of profit already built in. But again, that's an optional thing. Nobody's being forced to purchase that allocation. If the allocation does not get purchased, it will be added to the public launch allocation. Okay, so it's just some people want it, some people don't. That's fine, but we wanted to give that to you guys. Yes, Newt, we'll have training on exactly how to do that. It'll be very simple. You'll basically just have to send money to a wallet, and then you'll sign a document, and you will get the tokens. Yeah, super easy. And that's another incentive, guys, if you think about it, for people to hold and keep the floor price high. Because if you sell the MECH, whoever you sold the MECH is the one who's going to get the token allocation if it hasn't come out yet. Right? So let's say the token allocation is going to be in June. I'm just saying that. I'm not saying that's exactly when, but I'm just giving you, but you sold it in May. Well, the person who owns it in June is going to get the token allocation. So there's obviously reasons for that, right? Making sense? How does this sound so far, guys? Newt, me too. Thank you. Good. Okay. So let's see. Whitelist has 3 MECHs to mint. What if you want mint to? Hang on. Let me read this again. 3 MECHs to mint privilege. Okay. Yes. So if you mint 3 MECHs into your wallet, NFT Tokwa, you can do whatever you want with those. You can. It's not a transfer button, but you can send your MECH. Like if you want to send it to another wallet, you can just transfer it to another wallet from your wallet instead of selling it. So if you want to give it to your brother or whatever, you can totally do that. But the mint is your whitelist, you're gonna mint them all into one wallet, and from there you can transfer them around however you want. Now, when you transfer, there will be a gas fee because you're actually transferring it across the Ethereum network. Okay, I have no control over that. Newt, the award pool thing, we're at their mercy, okay? We're waiting for award pool to finish building out the infrastructure and do the transfer, but it will be, there's no rush on that because you need to wait for those NFTs to truly have value. We got to wait for the game to come out anyway, but they're safe there. We know you have them. We've already got them recorded, so they're already going to be attached to the profiles when they're generated. I'm not sure what you mean by S2. You mean talking about season 2 of the roadmap? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think season 2 will be closer to the end of this year, realistically. Token allocation price is going to be fixed. Yes. No, I cannot tell you what the price is going to be because we're not allowed to reveal VC pricing until we've actually closed our VC rounds. Okay, so only the VCs get to know what that pricing is. Yeah, Lossy, just explain it in there, and we'll be able to backtrack it. So as long as you filled out the form and gave us the right stuff, we can check it out. Yeah, and I'll tell you guys, most of the VCs were not excited when we said we were going to allocate tokens for the mint holders. They're like, those are for VCs. You shouldn't do that, or you should keep them for yourself. I was like, no, because I've always wanted to be treated a specific way in a collection, and if I'm supporting it, you guys then I should get treated right, and you guys are the same way. So I was like, hey, we're going to set aside 1%, and everybody's going to get hooked up if they want to, but it is optional. All right. So, all right, let's keep going. So here's a little concept art I like to show you guys just because I love this. The game is going to be a fighting game, all of that. Here's some more concept art. You can see a bunch of the different mechs just looking badass. No, Newt. As I explained, the pre-mints, you have a separate minting page. So if you want, the pre-mints will have to mint on one minting page, and the whitelists can mint on the regular whitelist mint page. So that would have to be at least 2 mints, because we can't combine the pre-mints with the regular minting because you guys have already paid. Right? Make sense? Okay, cool. Yes, the gas will be on ETH. Okay, so this is new. I was super excited. This is some serious alpha. So far, only I think Wipeout knows about this. So we have a new VC and heavy investor in the game, Jarvis and Shotaro. Jarvis is our main point of contact. Shotaro is his partner. These guys are a very large, very connected. These guys actually own DEX, exchange, as well, and a couple other, a gaming studio and a couple of other things. But they are an Asian market expansion team. Their specialty for the last, 10 or 20 years has been bringing games and other projects into the Asian market, China, Taiwan, Japan, things like that. Okay. They have heavily invested in the game and have partnered up to be the Asian expansion side to help bring not only MECH.GAME into the Asian market in a big way through their gaming connections. They're also the Microsoft certified partners for, or not certified partners, Microsoft connection partner for the Asian market. So like everything Microsoft in Japan has to go through these guys. Super, super connected, and we're super blessed to have these guys on the team now. And you're going to see a lot of expansion from the Asian market. And we've got a lot of the mechs earmarked for that market. Also, they have the gaming studio teams and gaming programmers and stuff that are going to be able to come on board and help structure different things, as well as build out additional gaming infrastructure for us, translations, all that stuff. So very, very excited. This is the first big gaming project that they've jumped in on the NFT side. The funny thing was that Jarvis, actually, one of the ways we found him, or he found us, was he was a customer of mine from my Web2 business years ago. And I actually used to mail a magazine out every single month, and he was in Japan, and I would mail it to him. And he always remembered that because the amount of money he paid me every month for the magazine was less than it cost me to mail him the magazine. But because he was a customer, I always took care of him, and I mailed the magazine even though I lost money every month. And he remembered that, and that kept me top of mind to him when I popped up over here. And then we started talking and looking, and there's a lot of synergy between our projects. And so anyway, that's what it is. Guys, I'm talking about something completely different. I got to catch up to your questions in a second. Yeah, so Remy, happy to talk about that. And yes, we actually do have a number of different options in play for the collection. If in case it does not mint out, we obviously are hoping and doing everything we can to make sure that it mints out. One of the things we've talked about doing is potentially splitting it into multiple parts. But something else is we do have a project on the line that is willing to. They actually, it's a bigger project, and they want. Or not project, excuse me, a bigger company, and they want all the Genesis mechs. And I said, no, you can't have that. So they're saying they're willing to sign an agreement with us to potentially purchase or acquire all the additional mechs, and agree also not to dump them, not to sell them, and use them just in the game and for staking. So this isn't, we're still working out the details of that, but that is one thing that's on the table, because they want to play them, right? And that's a connection through Jarvis in Asia, okay? Because the Asian market hasn't even, like, Korea is just getting tapped into crypto right now. They haven't even really come. They're expecting the next part of this year to be a massive adoption of the gaming Korean audiences and some of the other ones over there. So they can hold those mechs and use them and, dole them out to the Asian market as the Asian market comes in. So that is one of the different ways that we're looking at. Also, we could also vault them and do different things. There's a lot of different options there. But the better option would be ideally that they all sell out, or enough of them sell out. And yeah, Jarvis and Shotaro give us a very, very heavy boost and connections to markets that we may or may not. I wouldn't say it. We wouldn't have had without those guys. So. Yeah, no, Remy. Totally agree. Very valid question. Not upset by it at all. And I would be asking it too. And obviously it's something we've been concerned about. We've been trying to, the market sideways right now. Obviously, the Bored Apes launched their land sale last night, and that sucked a lot of liquidity out of the market. So we're just monitoring everything, but we're building all the contingency plans in that we can. And this one, because of Jarvis and Shotaro, we've got some serious opportunity here to not even have to worry about it. And the thing is, guys, remember, whether we sell out or not, the game still comes out. So we're building the game already. The only thing that changes between a sellout and not a sellout in our timeline is the time. Because if we sell out, that money is going to go to hiring another game studio, 20 or 30 more game devs, marketing, all that stuff. We'll be able to grow way faster because we have a much bigger budget. If we don't sell out, we'll have a smaller budget and we'll have to grow at a little slower pace. But either way, it's all still happening. So it's not at all really the death of the project, and the renting and all the other functionality will still be there, and the infrastructure in the game and everything. So it'll keep on happening, right? Does that make sense? And this is the first time I've even told anybody about the Asian market team, because we've been working on it in the background. And another crazy thing, on Mint Day, Blockchain Japan is having the biggest blockchain expo in Japan, and MECH.GAME will be there with Jarvis and Shotaro. They will be literally selling the Mint at Blockchain Expo in Japan, and also bringing in a bunch of the other Asian guilds as well. NFT Toko, awesome. All right, now back to important info again. Launch date for the Mint. Public Mint is May 12th. The whitelist Mint is May 11th. All right. Obviously, you guys want to be whitelisted. Engineer, no, I will not be going to Japan on the 12th because I got to be making sure the Mint goes good. So I'll be working while they're having a good time. Yes, we do have plans to integrate and partner with other games. That is another thing that Jarvis and Shotaro have. They have some partners in a number of different games that are currently Web 2 games that are wanting to cross over into crypto and that are mech and robot related. So we're already broaching that with them. They're going to use our infrastructure, use our mechs, use our tokens, use all of our stuff, and they just port their games to be able to do that into the MECH.GAME ecosystem. So that's there. Yes, we've also got definitely other NFT project games that are out there that we are looking to collaborate with. Phantom Galaxies would be great as well. Yes, we have some, through some of our VCs, we know the guys over there and we can talk about that as well. We're totally all about interoperability, and my goal with MECH long term is not just one game. Obviously, we're going to build out multiple of our own games, but I want you to be able to use your mech in different games, and I want other people to be able to use their robots in different games. And if it's not a direct correlation, then we build out like a fun game mode where, a Phantom Galaxy mech fights in an arena battle fights a MECH.GAME mech, and you can earn both tokens, right? So there's a lot of different ways that we can do this, and we're 100% looking for this long term. But of course, our first focus is building out our game. Napalm, you are not too late at all to get whitelist. Plenty of time. There's lots of ways to earn whitelist right now, and lots of Twitter giveaways, lots of you can invite people, you can do all kinds of stuff to get them. So plenty of opportunity to get that. Well, in the future, will we create an open world style game? No, we will not create a traditional open world style game because what people don't realize is open world is a buzzword. It's sexy, so people say it, and everybody promises we're going to build this open world game, but they've never built a game. They don't realize what it entails. Building an open world game is a 2-year minimum deal to build something even half-assed with a good team. Okay, open world games are cool, but they're just not regular, or realistic for most people. So what we decided to do instead was our game 3 is kind of open world, but not in the traditional. It's not like Skyrim or something like that, right? Our game 3 is a massive multiplayer RTS, more like a Clash of Clans. So it's similar to an open world, but not the same thing. It's much more structured, much easier for us to build, operate, and get out there for you guys. Yeah. So it's more like mini maps within a bigger game. And guys, we don't have any other mech collections coming in the near future. So even when the game launches, we're going to launch with the 10,000. We're going to use the secondary market and the renting to get other players in. There will be a free-to-play model where people can play the game for free to experience it and see if they like it and everything else. They will not earn cryptocurrency, though. They'll just be able to play the game. And then all those people are going to be the crowd that you guys are going to be able to get your rentals from and everything else like that. So we're going to be attracting players through the free-to-play model, get them hooked on the game, show them how much money they could have been earning if they had been part of the P2E side of the game, and then we'll start converting them through renting, marketing, things like that. And yes, there will definitely be more P2E mechs. There has to be. The game can't grow with only 10,000 mechs, but all of mechs in the future will be traditional, regular, like we call them Gen 2 mechs that are standard. They will not have any of the perks. They will not have any of the upgraded game stats. They'll start at a much lower level. Can they still get awesome and upgraded? Of course, but they're going to it'd be like you buying a normal game and starting a regular character. You guys get a leg up because you get to start with a Genesis character. Everybody else coming in, they're not early supporters. They're ready. They're there at public time, so they should get the public type of mechs. Yes, they will have to pay to mint those mechs. No, I'm not releasing pricing on that yet because we're not there yet. I don't know what the market's going to be. I don't know what it's going to do, and it doesn't honestly matter at this point. But yes, they won't get them for free. You know what? So Patrol, community submissions would be cool to get some mech model ideas. Yeah, we're definitely going to be seeking people out for different kinds of art and lore and stuff like that and things. We've got some awesome 3D artists clearly, and they're super excited to start doing other mechs. But we're not going to do any kind of new models yet. Six-legged mechs are funny. One of our modelers has already said the same thing. But let's keep going. In the mint, okay. This is some of the things that Remy that we're also going to be using to help try to sell out the mint and do things differently. Number one, legal credit card payment option built into the smart contract. Okay. This is a first for the industry. This is something that we built through our company over at Byte, and we're going to be using, and I get to use it first. Okay, so you will be able to connect your wallet and purchase with a credit card or Ethereum. Okay, now if you pay with a credit card, you're still going to pay a gas fee. Okay, you still pay a gas fee because there's still a transfer that happens. It's just built into the credit card payment. Okay, but what this does is this allows people who either don't have enough ETH or who this is their first time to crypto, still being able to mint, okay? Or minting more. I've got more limit on my credit card, I can buy a couple more than I can with just ETH. So this is gonna be really awesome. Yeah, credit, debit, it'll be fine. Okay. The next thing that we're doing is we're building in an affiliate program built into the smart contract on the public launch. So after the whitelist, once the launch goes public, and you guys can actually sign up for it and get a unique link. Engineer, I already explained that, but to give you say it again, the gas fee will just be built in. They know what the gas fee is going to be. It's going to be built into the credit card payment. So you'll pay the extra on the credit card, and then the credit card processing part of the smart contract will cover the actual gas fee in ETH. If you bought already mint passes, you cannot use the credit card option. Okay, you have to use the mint passes. You have to pay with ETH. The credit card option is for the public and whitelist mint only. Sorry, buddy, you were asking a different question. I apologize, but you're right. There's a total different thing there. So mint passes and pre-purchasers have to mint with on that mint page with ETH, but they're only paying gas. And then on the whitelist and public mint page, they're going to be able to use credit card or ETH. Yeah, so NFT Twaka, I can't guarantee what your gas fee is going to be. All I can guarantee is that we have the most optimized and efficient type of smart contract you can have on the market. We're doing everything we can to minimize that. We're giving you plenty of time to mint during whitelist. We're spacing out our mint to make sure it's not happening when anything else crazy is going on in the market. But I can't control the gas fee. But we're expecting them to be significantly lower than anything else. It will be nothing like the Ape sale. It'll be nothing like the Vaynerchuk launch. Actually, what's funny, guys, another little bit of alpha. AJ Vaynerchuk's VSP launch, because it was so crappily, smart contract was so crappy on it, we actually were able to get in contact with him, and now we're going to be doing a lot of the smart contract stuff for the VSP and AJ's projects. So the affiliate program, back to the affiliate program. This is something else that's a first for the industry. In the smart contract is an affiliate program where you have a link. You can promote the public launch on your Twitter to your friends, whatever. They click that link, they go mint. You're going to earn a 10% commission. So someone mints, you're going to earn $60. Okay, for every time someone mints. This has never been done before. Yeah, so you can promote the public launch. Well, I should say it is 5 to 10% depending on the more sales you make, the higher the commission you get. Everyone starts out lower, but still, the affiliate program is built in, and you can just get a commission for referring a sale. This is a great way to help us ensure a sellout, right? Why you're going to tell people about it? Why not get recommended? Right? If you recommend it to someone, why shouldn't you get a commission? Because you're helping sell, you're helping promote, right? I would 100% consider a collab with competitors. I actually don't consider mech.com a competitor, guys. I don't think there are competitors in this space. First of all, Trey Smith and mech.com is an awesome game. I haven't seen the game yet, but they're an awesome project. I love what they're doing. Trey and I come from the same marketing background, marketing world. I also know his cousin and stuff like that. So yeah, if they want to collab, totally down for it. Would be cool. Why not have our mechs fight? It only helps. We've got people from their project and ours. We've got people from our project and theirs. I own Trey's mechs as well. I own mech.com mechs because I think they're awesome, right? I bought them. I'm waiting for him to send them to me, and I can't wait. So yeah, I don't think there's such. I honestly don't think in the metaverse, in crypto gaming, there's anything as much as competition, because you can always collab and you can always do interoperability, different stuff, and it just makes each person's project that much more valuable. It's not at all like, oh, your players are my players, or I can't have your players. I don't think that way. I don't know if many other people think that way. There's too many opportunities for more utility, more use, right? Okay. Also, the ultra rare mystery drop, just to reiterate, all Genesis mech holders, okay? And once the game launches, this will become more valuable than any other NFT in the game because it's so rare. There's only 10,000 of them ever. And no, you cannot mint through your own link for an affiliate program. That's scamming, and that's not okay. Our system will not allow that. Yes, it's the NFT drop is per mech. If you own 3 NFT or Genesis NFTs, you're going to get 3 mechs or three drops. Excuse me, 1 drop per mech. Zed, no, we don't currently have an age rating. We got to get the game out before we can really realistically give one. But my kids are 6 and 10, and they are going to be able to play it. Yep. Yeah, it's not going to be anything questionable. Can we keep the box? Man, I wish this box was real too. Isn't that cool? I'd love to have those stacked up in my garage. Also, you'll be able to stake your Genesis mech, right? After the launch, after the airdrop, we're going to be releasing staking. You're going to be able to earn Genesis mechs and earn staking rewards in the form of credit tokens from staking your Genesis mechs. Okay? The staking will last until the game launches, so you'll be able to stake and earn a whole bunch of currency in advance, and then you'll be able to have them to upgrade your mech, purchase additional NFTs, use them when the game launches, all of that. Napalm, the game is going to be browser-based. It's going to be a WebGL game. Yes, are the airdrops going to be unique from one another? Yes, that's a great question. So on the airdrop, there will be 10,000. The airdropped item will have different models. It'll have its own unique set of rarity, everything just like the regular collection. It'll be 3D. It'll be all that same stuff. So they will have their own rarity on those as well. Not only will be the most rare, but within those things being rare, you'll have your own set of rarity for the 10,000 items in that drop. Yeah, so TW9, yeah, so the fixed token on the mech has a fixed 100 million quantity. So we have a dashboard that we're building into the back of the game for all the economic aspects of the game. So remember, tokens typically have 18 decimal places. So if we just have to adjust the fractionality down or up as it makes sense to, stabilize how much is going in or out, right? So yeah, we'll be able to adjust that as the game is played, and if there's inflation, we can use the different controls to control that. If there's deflation, we can control that. We can adjust earning rewards, payout rewards, all of that. And just like any game, guys, this will be a constantly adjusted thing. You think about any regular game, there's constantly patches being released that are changing this game stat or upgrading that stat or nerfing this or doing that. That's normal, okay? Our game is going to be no different. Any game that says they're never going to have to change anything is either lying to you or is not really going to be a game, because things always have to change. How will the market of P2P trading of mechs and gear work? That'll work through the Byte marketplace. Byte's going to power the infrastructure for our marketplace. So you'll be able to trade through there. It'll be like a trading dashboard type of thing. But as far as like the details of that, that's not going to be released until public. So guys, the WebGL is a browser based so that anybody in the world can play it, no matter what they've got. They're going to have something to be able to play a game. I can't control if someone doesn't have a computer. I can't go buy everybody a computer. But we are also going to be working on the mobile versions of the game as well. But the first version of the game that comes out is WebGL based. I have no idea what a potato PC is, So Patrol. I've never even heard of a potato PC. Oh yeah. It's all internet connection and browser, just like any game that's on the internet or whatever. You gotta have an internet connection and you gotta have a browser. Same way Axie's played, right? We've also partnered with RarityMon. Okay, RarityMon is the most statistically accurate rarity ranking system around. Okay, they are phenomenal. Yeah, you can play it on a browser, on your iPad browser. That's fine. As long as you use a regular browser. Yeah. Okay, so this is Rarity Mom will be doing all this calculation for the rarity and making sure it's all dialed in. Our rarity will also be displayed on the Byte actual marketplace. So when you look at the rarity on Byte you look at the NFT on Byte, you will actually see underneath all the stats and everything, you'll see what the rarity ranking is. So you'll know exactly how rare it is amongst the other 10,000 when you're browsing it on the collection page on Byte. Snow Patrol, will there be more tiers other than common and legendary? Well, right now we have Genesis and legendary and then standard. Will there be more tiers? Maybe. Not gonna spill the beans on anything regarding that right now. But Genesis and legendary are the best, obviously. We'd love to get the tokens on exchanges on a real like centralized exchange. We don't control that. We have to get it using, and then we go through a market maker and someone who can actually get listed on an exchange, and then we go through the process of that. Some of our VCs that are supporting the project, one of the reasons we let them come on as VCs is because they have connections with centralized exchanges. So yes, ultimately, we'd love to get on a CEX, but that's not where we're going to start. Exand, yes, we have some thoughts on that, but stuff also we're not going to release any of that yet until the MECH token is actually released, the governance token. But there will be specific passive staking type things for the governance token that are going to be very lucrative for Genesis MECH holders. But guys, I gotta back up here a little bit. And sometimes you're asking questions that I can't answer all of, and the reason is because I can't reveal every possible thing that's ever going to happen, and I can't tell you everything because some things have to be a mystery for marketing purposes and don't need to be revealed until certain times. It's curiosity. Once we all want to know everything right around. Yeah, Newt legalities too is another big part of it. But if you think about it, the amount of stuff that we have published and have told for MECH.GAME is more than what most projects that have already launched have ever told their people. Okay, so the downside of us being so generous with information and telling you guys everything is that you want more, and you feel like you should get to know more all the time. Versus if we had just been cryptic and said, "Hey, we're not telling you guys anything like these other projects do," because typically they don't even know anything. We could have done that too, but just know that we're giving you guys the farm in terms of information so that you guys can make the right decision. But some things just can't be revealed until later. Yeah, and engineer, you're right. Normally you don't even know who's behind the project. Okay. Stronghold collection. Isn't this what everybody was waiting for? So the Stronghold collection, guys, is the second collection. Okay? NFT Tokwa. That is maybe a Stronghold in the picture. That's the one we've already released, but I can guarantee you it's not. What you're going to see is not going to look like that. So, but it's a cool picture, so I included it in there anyway. We're not showing you guys the actual strongholds until before the mint. So even what you guys might see in any gameplay footage that I release is still placeholders. So the Stronghold, guys, is the second collection, right? So it works as the land, okay? So in the game, it's a tower defense game. So you're defending your base from what? Enemies, right? Right? You're defending your base from the enemies. Your tower, your stronghold is what allows you to build the defensive towers that can be placed all over the map. The stronghold is also required for the mining operations that have to happen, okay? So, and for the play to earn side of the game, you have to own both the stronghold and a mech, okay? If you just own a mech, you cannot play to earn. You can play, but you cannot play to earn, okay? Now, the Stronghold collection is the second mint. Now, everybody has been asking, how much is a Stronghold going to cost me? How much is a Stronghold? Well, right here, I'm telling you right now, it's $400. Okay? And that's less than the Genesis mechs, of course. And these will be Genesis Strongholds, of course. And then other Strongholds will be forged in the game and things like that. Okay? But, again, because I want you guys to be cool, how about that? One per mech, one per Genesis mech, okay? So you'll be able to do that with your credit tokens, right? So you stake your mech, you get the credit tokens, boom, you'll be able to use those tokens and mint for free. Okay, yet one more reason why we're stacking the deck for the Genesis mechs. So if you have 3 mechs, you'll be able to mint 3 Strongholds because if you want those to be able to play in the game, you're going to have to be able to rent them, right? You got to have both. Yeah, so all of you guys who are like, man, I'm not going to mint because then I have to buy a Stronghold. Well, there goes your excuse. Now you better mint more, right? There is no reason not to mint the shit out of this because you're getting the best. Now, remember, Strongholds, one per Genesis mech. One per mech. Okay? This will not be the case for any other players. Yeah, Kargan, exactly. Now, he just said it. We're picking up 3 NFTs for the price of 1. So people are bitching about, oh, it's a $600 mint. Well, first of all, you're buying an actual game character, not a PFP. So it's going to be more expensive. My cost to deliver it to you is 5 times more expensive than someone making a picture of a dumb monkey. Okay? Number 2, you're getting staking, you're getting the most rare airdrop, you're getting a Stronghold, you're getting all these other perks that are worth a lot of money. So yeah, you're going to pay $600 for the mint, but at minimum, you're getting at least 3 NFTs. Yes, there will be a time limit on the Stronghold mint. So if you don't mint it during the time limit, you're out. We're not going to keep it open forever. That's not cool. That's not fair to people who take action, and we obviously got to keep moving on. So Patrol, it doesn't matter. We don't know yet. We're not even there. The time limit will be however long the time limit is when we decide to do it. That's a minutia detail that has no impact at this moment. Yeah, you'll pay the gas fee, of course. Yeah, but we're not going to be able to, I can't just say, oh, you know what, forever, and then people don't ever do it because we need those Strongholds minted so we can move on to the next. Will the Strongholds be as customizable as mechs? Strongholds, yes, will have their own set of rarity. They'll have their own set of game stats. They'll be upgradable. And will they all be the same? You're asking questions that I'm not going to answer, guys. I'm not going to tell you anything else about the Strongholds because we're going to keep that as a surprise for marketing as we move on, which is important. But the reality, all you guys need to know is that the Stronghold, you already know so much about it that it's required for the gameplay, and you're going to get one. Right? And yes, they level up. They earn experience points too. So, now the other thing that we talked about was when the game launches, I want the Genesis mech holders to be the ones providing the new characters for gamers to play. So if a new player comes in and gets a mech or whatever, they're still going to need a Stronghold. Right? But where are they going to get a Stronghold? The only place to do that is from the secondary marketplace. And the only people who are going to have them are you. So this brings us to number 2. One mech per Stronghold. So you want to play the game. Each player wants to needs 1 mech and 1 Stronghold at the same time to play and earn rewards. Okay. Now, if you want more strongholds than that, you could buy them for full price. ESP, we haven't decided, but yes, it'll probably be about that many. But now, if someone doesn't choose, so like let's say Newt buys one for 50% off, but the engineer decides not to. That one's still going to be available to somebody else that can buy it at full price. So you're going to get one that you can buy for a stronghold, but the entire collection will be up for grabs. If someone doesn't take it, now engineer, I know you're going to buy it. First is free, second 50% off, third is full price. And third only happens if there's some left that people don't mint, right? Hopefully everybody mints them because you'd be dumb not to. It's a built-in profit margin and the rental and all that stuff. But if for some reason someone doesn't, then yes, they'll be available on public to the Genesis mint, so that whoever wants to buy them can buy them. So you're going to want to have that extra one because I guarantee you guys, whether you want to rent it, my personal philosophy on this is that you're already going to get one per mech, so you're going to be good. So you're going to be able to rent right off the bat, right, for everybody. The next one, the one you buy at 50% off, I fully believe you should sell that one and make a quick profit. You got a 50% margin built into it. Why not sell it for high? Yes, there will be Genesis and Legendary Strongholds. So this is the thing you guys should be telling all your friends about, right? Buy one for 0.2 or whatever it works out to during mint, $600, and you're getting 3 NFTs per, and that one NFT is all you need to be able to play the play to earn, because you're going to get everything you need to play the play to earn. So Patrol, the strongholds are buildings and the mechs are mechs. So yes, they're going to look totally different. The mechs are not are like walking around things, and the strongholds are buildings. So yeah, they're gonna look different. Yeah, they're gonna have their own design. And yeah, legendary strongholds will be unique, just like any legendary. It'll be a one of one. So maybe it'll look like Darth Vader's castle, or I don't know, something like that, something cool. But again, not revealing any of that stronghold stuff till we get actually close to releasing that collection, because that's when all that stuff is pertinent, and we're going to need to be able to have something to tell everybody as well. Yeah, every collection we launch, guys, is going to have legendary. Because that makes it more fun. And they're cool, so why wouldn't we? So every collection will have legendary. But they'll be legendary of that collection. No, not, you're right, engineer, not gratis. No gratis legendary. Yeah, it was. Silver Fox, you'll be not on launch, but on the game launch, yes, that's when the tokenomics starts, but you'll also be able to stake your NFTs for credit tokens. So Patrol, bro, I'm sorry, dude. I'm not answering any more questions about future things about the strongholds. I'm done. I'm not gonna, because I can't reveal everything. Reveal will be after the mint sells out. Thank you, Newt. So, but this is the thing that's been, if I could, again, I'm super transparent, guys. I have been looking and paying attention to everything in our chat and talking to people. Our mods have as well. And if you want to think, the only thing people have been concerned about with this project is, it's a 0.2 mint. Am I going to have enough money to mint the stronghold, or is it going to be too expensive? How much am I going to have to invest? All of that, right? We've just literally killed that with one thing. Again, because I'm not out to screw anybody, guys. I want you guys to support the project and be with me long term. If I treat you like gold, you're going to have my back and have the team's back through anything, right? That's why we're doing this. And because I want you guys to be able to immediately start playing the game, earning and renting right off the bat. And this is even more appealing to the guilds, right? A lot of you guys are part of guilds that have been on the fence and are getting ready to make their guild bulk purchase, right? Well, now they know that if whatever they buy, they're going to get the other half of what they need to be able to let their scholars play. So if you've got your guilds that are on the fence, this is the perfect thing. When guilds were buying for Axie, they were having to buy 3 Axies, right? Minimum of $200 per Axie. Okay, so they were spending at least $600, if not more, to buy one set. And then it grew up to where they were spending between $900 and $1,200 to buy one team for one scholar. Right now, new game, you got to wait a little bit, but you're able to get the entire thing you need for a scholar to go out and start earning for $600. And guilds actually get the bulk purchase price when they buy in bulk. So it's a no-brainer for guilds. And honestly, these guilds should be, because they're all looking for an alternative to Axie and Pegasus and these other games right now. So they've got scholars that they need stuff for. They should be reinvesting some of those profits into something like this where they can then move over. Yeah, so XN, what have I learned these past few months while building your games? Most of these games are pump and dumps. So P2E has a bad rap. Yeah, it's because these P2E games aren't games, guys. Pegasus, for all its pros, is not a game. Okay? It's gambling. You click a button and your horse races and then it says, hey, you won. There's no skill. The Pegasus stats aren't even used in the race. Okay? All it is it's a gambling algorithm. It's flipping a coin. Okay, that's why P2E games have a bad rap, because they're not games. Okay, what we're doing is we're building a game that's fun to play, that people will want to play, even if there was no P2E. We're trying to attract not only the gamers, but we're trying to bring in, or not only the NFT P2E gamers, but we're also trying to attract regular gamers from the traditional gaming world to come over, play a game that's actually fun, and then earn crypto and start staying. Because if they can find something that's fun, they'll play it. That's why they play regular games. So if they have a choice between playing a regular game that's fun or a crypto game that's fun and they earn, why not? And if you live in the US playing the game, you're probably not going to earn gazillions of dollars playing the game, because as a player, you're limited. The big money would be made in renting multiple mechs out, right? Or flipping and stuff like that. But a player by themselves, what if they just played enough? They played the game the way they wanted to, and they earned enough to make their car payment every month playing a game. Okay? That's totally doable, even in the US. If you were in a third world, second world, Philippines, India, Pakistan, scholars are making full-time livings playing games. Stu Martin, yes, there is a gas fee for the airdrop. That's just how Ethereum typically works. So yeah, but you're getting so one purchase, you get all the NFTs you need, and you'll also get the rarest NFT in the game that you can use or sell or whatever. So the NFTs live on Ethereum. Only the NFTs. All the game interactions are on the sidechain. No, definitely not moving to Solana, because I actually care about you guys. Solana does not have value in terms of long-term value for the NFTs. Yeah, no, I would never do that. We did plenty of research to validate that beforehand. Okay. Well, and for those of you saying this can't play on mobile, it totally can. It just has to be a mobile app, part of our development process. I'm just looking at the chat for a second because more vids, not a chance, guys, not a chance. Yes, so Solana, the highest priced NFT on Solana is still a middling low level value NFT on Ethereum. Okay, Ethereum is the store of value. Okay, it is where the massive adoption is. It's where the people are. It's where the money is. NFTs on Ethereum will always have a larger store of value and the ability to be worth more money with a larger buyer base than any other NFT chain for the foreseeable future. Solana cannot do that. Solana, by the way, if you didn't realize, Solana has also crashed today again. By the way, it's back up, might be back up now, but it crashed. So it is not only is it not stable as well, but it's also the most of the games that are on Solana, and not games I shouldn't say, most of the NFT collections are typically more of a cash grab style type of thing. There's very few quality collections on there. There are some, but they're not nearly as many as there are on Ethereum. So you want to be able to sell and flip and make as much money, then you want your NFTs to stay on Ethereum. The side chains, we're still testing AVAX and Polygon. We like both of them for different reasons. But Polygon is one of the ones we are looking at heavily for a sidechain. But AVAX has some really awesome opportunities. And then one other one I'm still considering is Hedera. But the problem we haven't really gotten to explore that much is because there's not a lot of available stuff known on Hedera yet. Now, another thing to remember, guys, is we are not building an on-chain game, okay? There is absolutely no reason to build a game fully on blockchain right now because blockchain technology, when you build a game, is slow, inefficient, and expensive. There's no reason to build a fully on-chain game at this point in technology other than to say, hey, I did it. The actual game infrastructure should not be built on-chain. It should be built in a normal game engine like a normal game, okay, using normal Web 2 game functionality. However, you interact with the blockchain in a hybrid model wherever it needs to, whenever there's tokens involved, whenever there's leveling up, experience, things like that. What that gives you is the best of both worlds. You get all the best of Web 3 and you get the best of Web 2. In the future, Web 3 will evolve and we will be able to build amazing games on Web 3. Currently, that's not an option. So Web 3 games are by nature much more limited than a traditional game. So the hybrid model is where it's at for real game development and for making it fun, fast, and easy to use. And fun to play, and then affordable and everything else. But all the important stuff, like your NFTs, like your tokens, your upgrades, your everything, that all happens with an on-chain interaction, leveraging the side chain, whether it's Polygon or AVAX or something like that. Does that make sense? Edlin, thank you. Appreciate it. Awesome. Okay. Oh, no. So here, I wanted to walk you guys through a couple pictures of just some different mechs as well so you can kind of see some of the variety. What mech is this? So Patrol, I'm not sure when I'm going to post the video. I want you guys to see it, but I'm not sure when it's going to be posted yet. That's not the public version. I still want to make a fancier public version with like cut slides and text and stuff like that. I just have been wanting to show you guys. So I want to get that other fancier version out because, I don't want to get people to have any reason to not just be blown away. Zed, no access to beta yet. Yeah, so Pathfinders can have guns or swords and stuff like that. Okay, so this is a Pathfinder. You're correct. What's this one? Not a Centurion. Nope. Guardian, right? Upgrade got it. Correct. Arcturus got it too. And again, here you saw these already because you saw the actual game footage, but that's some of the dungeon level stuff. And there's a picture of a tower or a tower, defensive tower being placed. But you can see they're very different. Now this combination of mech right here has 4 weapons, okay? There can be up to 6 weapons on a mech. Okay, so there's 6 weapon slots on a mech. Not all mechs will have all 6. Not all mechs will have 3 to 4, whatever. It's going to depend. Okay, some mechs may only have 3. Some mechs may have 5. Some mechs may have 4, but they can have up to 6. Okay, and then they have all different types of armor and everything else. Like you can see if you look at like the center section of this dude, he still looks the same, but he's a little bit different because he's got different armor attachments. And then this guy in the gray camo, one of his accessories is a floodlight. He's got 2 floodlights on him right there. It's balanced through the algorithm. That's not stuff that's public, but it's balanced. There really are on Genesis. There are no trashy weapons. There are no shitty weapons because they're Genesis. Oh, sorry guys, my screen's clicking weird on me. Let's go back here. Okay. Fog of War. Yes, Sloth, you're right. Fog of War. Yeah, so some mechs have jetpacks, some don't. There's a whole lot of different accessories that each have a different impact in the game, but that's as far as we're going until Rarity and everything is released, and then you start seeing them. Okay, guys, we've been going for almost an hour, over an hour and a half now. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up pretty quick. If you have a last-minute question you would like to get in, please let me know. The mint is completely random to keep it fair for everybody. So all the mechs you mint, you have the same chance of getting a rare one, same chance of getting a legendary as anybody else. Nobody gets special preferential treatment, including myself and my team. Okay, we're going to be minting about 100 of them that we've already set aside for marketing and stuff like that, because we've got some free ones to give away, stuff like that. We have the same random option as you guys do. Yes, consecutive for same time mints. Yes. Yeah, guys, if I get a legendary, that would be freaking cool. But if I get a legendary, we'll either auction it off or we'll do something cool to get rid of it. I won't keep it. But there is a chance that we do get that, the team mint gets one. But if the team mint gets one, we will not keep it. My favorite is the Vanguard. I just love the look of the Vanguard. Yeah, Chris, it wouldn't be fair, dude. It wouldn't be cool. It would look bad. Even if it was fair, it wouldn't look good if we, as the team, had a Genesis mech or a legendary, and then we just gave it to someone or gave it to one of the team members or something. Yes, there's multiple main guns for every mech. Yeah, I like the Vanguard because he just seems like he just seems like a badass with like the shoulder cannon hanging over and the guns on each arm, and he's like a kind of a guy who can do it all. I also love the Goliath and the Stalker, because the Stalker reminds me of StarCraft. So guys, I'm going to ask something of you right now. I've just given you the goods. I've spilled the beans. I've made this even more of an unbeatable deal for you guys. So what I need your help is I need you guys to help spread the word now. I need you guys to go get all your friends hyped, get your guilds on board, get everything going so we can hype this thing up and get as many people on this thing as ever. All right? So Sound good? Can you guys help with that? Spread the word. Obviously, you guys can also all spread the word now. Get as many people in the Discord as possible. Then let's also get you guys all affiliate links for the public launch, and then you can promote it even more and get paid during the public launch. All right? So with that, guys, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for spending your Sunday with me. I'm super excited to have shared everything with you. Hope you love it, and we will see you all next time. All right? Ciao.